So rather than ask you all the boring political questions, how you do it, how you raise the money, all that stuff, I just want to ask you what you believe because I think you're really direct. So there are about 506, I think it's 560 billionaires in the United States right now. In 2009, when Obama took office, there were 200 fewer. So there's been a massive increase in wealth at the top end. Meanwhile, the middle classes remain stagnant. Is that a problem?
No question.
And what would you do about it?
Yes, it's a problem. The first thing I would do, rather than the tax reform we're looking at right now, I decreased payroll taxes significantly so that that money, instead of having every hour taxed as it is now, that money would go right into the hands of the people who need it the most. We have 77,000 people who get paid by the hour. We're ignoring them.
Well, I mean, that would definitely put money in people's pockets. How would you pay for the entitlements they use?
The entitlements in terms of which entitlements?
Well, I mean, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, all that, with less tax revenue, like how would you fund that stuff?
Well, obviously, that's a challenge right now, and we need to find ways to reduce the cost of those entitlements while maintaining the same level of care. I'm a tech guy, and the reality is I would focus on creating technology solutions. I have investments that I see myself where it can have an impact. I think there's a way that we can reduce the size of government, the size of bureaucracy that deals with healthcare, but it's going to take somebody who understands technology that can introduce technology to find those solutions. And I think it can happen relatively quickly.
You definitely understand technology, and you've been one of the people, I think to your great credit, who's been sounding the alarm about automation's effect on employment. You said robots are basically going to kill a lot of jobs. I think you're right. Given that, is allowing about 1 million low-wage, low-skilled workers into the country every year legally, is that a good idea? Is that the right level of immigration?
You know what? You can argue both sides of that, Tucker. I don't have all the data to make the final decision, but on one hand, you can say that it takes jobs away from people who need them the most. On the other hand, because of the demographic trends, you can say we